In this episode, we'll dive into why there should not be enough space in your relationship for misogyny. Like, if there's enough space in your love story for casual sexism and outdated gender roles, then girl, I hate to break it to you, but you are in a throuple with the patriarchy. Not fun, not ideal. So let's dive into how misogyny sneaks into even the most modern relationships. Women are taught to help men, support men, guide men, be patient with men, and to tolerate them. So when you think of all of these patriarchal norms that are baked into the way women operate, especially with male partners, it's no wonder we wouldn't be patient and gentle and tolerant of their misogyny. This leads us to the next red flag, which is the emotional labor gap. Are you his girlfriend, his mom, and his unpaid therapist? Because red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. Another red flag is weaponized incompetence. I actually learned this term on TikTok. And so if you're on the algorithm that I'm on, you've probably heard about this. And it's a major red flag. It's basically men being like, I don't know how to load the dishwasher the right way. So that you're like, I'll just do it. If he can run a fantasy football league, but can't put his socks away in the right drawer or can't load a dishwasher, that's a choice. That is a choice, babe. Please don't. Please don't. We've all been there. I'm a super cool girl, super low maintenance. I'm not like other girls. I've been her. I get it. Not trying to shame you. Just trying to point this out because life is so much better when you are not the cool girl who can tolerate everything, because you deserve more than just tolerating a guy and putting your needs on the back shelf. You deserve to be on a pedestal and have your needs prioritized every single day, every second of every single day. Okay? And if he's your man, you will not have to be cooler than you actually are. If he is your match, he will love your crazy, he will love your high maintenance. I actually think that high maintenance women with, like, what is that trend on TikTok? I actually think that it's like the black cat and the golden retriever. If you've seen that, that is the best relationship. If the woman is the black cat and the man is the golden retriever. And there's been studies on this that show that, like, it's actually the healthiest heterosexual relationships are when the man is a little bit more into the woman, because women will naturally pour more into their relationship than men. That's like us not thinking that I deserve to make choices about my own body and have bodily autonomy. You're picking up what I'm putting down? And I think at this point in time, like, if you are not a man who is actively supporting women, actively going to marches, actively donating to abortion funds, actively educating yourself about what's happening in this country, like, you probably don't really care about the fact that we're being turned into second-class citizens. And like, that is a red flag. That is a red flag. That is a red flag. If he loves you, but he thinks your feminism is too extreme, he doesn't love you. He loves the free emotional support, he loves the household management, and he loves the ego boost you provide, but he does not love you. I think the quickest way, other than the politics of it all, the quickest way to tell if you are in a throuple with misogyny is if you feel like you are an unpaid intern waiting for that job within your relationship. So what do I mean by that? The same ways that unpaid interns are like, I'm doing this tough work and I'm sticking it out, but I'm gonna get a job out of this and then it's gonna look great on my resume. And then I'll get into the career field I want and then all my dreams will come true in the future. Like, all of that potential. If that's how you feel in your relationship, where you're like, okay, it's hard now and I'm toughing it out, but he's gonna marry me and then we're gonna have this great life together and white picket fence and kids, like, maybe you're dating him for his potential. And you know, when I met my man, there was a lot of potential I dated him for sure. And also, like, in the moment, things were good. How do I explain this? Like, if you're only dating someone for their potential, they might never realize it. So here are some quick ways to deprogram from the male validation culture that we live in. Number one, first and foremost, do not make excuses for men's bad behavior. Hold them accountable, just like you would yourself, just like you would your bestie. Do not make excuses for men's bad behavior. Just don't. Point blank, period. If there's one thing you take away from this episode, it's that. Because as I said, when people show you who they are, believe them. Another very important one, ask yourself, do I like him or do I just like that he likes me? Like, do you actually like this man? I know so many women, and like, may be guilty of this of myself, is as soon as a man rejects you, leaves you, moves on, treats you like shit, you become like working overtime to get him back into your web. A, you're probably anxiously attached if that's how you react to that. Not securely attached at all. It's giving anxious attachment for sure. But B, it's like you are chasing that validation that I am good enough, that I am worthy, that atta girl pat on the head. You're chasing that and you probably don't even like him. Like, and you get so caught up in wanting to get him back into your web of love and appreciation. You're not even like, hey, do I even like this guy? Like you're in a trance. Snap out of it. Snap out of it. Because yeah, girl, no. Girl, no. I see so many of my friends do this with men and it's so frustrating. I just want to shake them and want to shake younger versions of myself that did this. He doesn't just tolerate feminism, he actively wants the world to be a more just and equitable place. That is like bare minimum. Honestly, that's not even a green flag. That's like a beige flag, if you ask me, but okay. He doesn't see him doing household chores as helping because he understands it's his home too. So like, of course you should both be unloading the dishwasher. Of course, like he should help out in his ways and you should help out in yours. Life hack, I think if there are things you really don't want to do and he really doesn't want to do, it doesn't have to be equal. It can be equitable. Like for example, I don't like taking out the trash and recycling, and my husband really doesn't like doing laundry. So he's in charge of the trash and recycling, I'm in charge of the laundry. It works for us. I think these are all beige flags, honestly. They're bare minimum. We could call them green flags, but I guess they're beige flags. Another green flag is he values your autonomy. He values your goals and he values your needs just as much as his own. Another green flag, this is actually a pretty green flag. I will say it's not as beige as the other ones, is that he is unlearning his internalized misogyny or any like toxic masculinity he might have without needing you to hold his hand and guide him through it. And maybe you need to be the one who like kicks down that first domino, but he gets his own books about it, listens to his own podcast. You are not Bob the Builder, babe. You do not need to be going around fixing men. They are adults. They can figure their own stuff out. And if it doesn't align with you, like it is not your man. It is not your man. This is not Build-A-Bear. Put him down, put it down. End the relationship, move on. Don't waste your time. And maybe once you leave, he'll get his act together and come back around if that really is your guy. A misogyny-free relationship definitely does not look like you having to tolerate any, and I mean any, level of misogyny just to avoid being alone. And yeah, I guess my most important message baked into all of that is do not date a man or fall in love with a man for their potential, because they will probably never reach that potential. I do not exist to make men comfortable. I definitely do not exist to make men comfortable. I will not shrink myself to be more dateable. I will not shrink myself to be more dateable. I will not shrink myself to be more dateable. I am worthy of a relationship where I am fully seen, valued, and respected. I am worthy of a relationship where I am fully seen, valued, and respected. I am worthy of a relationship where I am fully seen, valued, and respected. Remember, as we close, that the love that you allow in your life should never, ever, ever come at the cost of your own self-worth.